Hi, I'm Kat from Cat's Out of the Bag. Today we're going to be making bone broth. It's so funny when I talk to people about it, it seems like it's one of the most intimidating things to them to make, but not only is it one of the most healing foods, but it's easy, you really can't mess it up, and it's very inexpensive. Bone broth is so good for healing digestion, healing your leaky gut. It supports the immune system, and guess what? It's anti-inflammatory. It contains healing compounds like gelatin, which is really good for your hair and your nails and joints. It also contains chondroitin sulfate and glucosamine and some other amino acids that are readily absorbed into your body and are very beneficial for reducing pain, repairing and strengthening your joints, your tendons, and your ligaments. There's also glycine in bone broth that helps to stimulate your liver, and that aids in the detoxification process. There's also a hormone that's produced that's been proven to have a direct effect on brain function, so it improves your memory and your mood. Now, what can be better than that? And all that for just pennies on the dollar. Now, the first thing that you want to start out with is organic bones. Pasture-raised, antibiotic-free, hormone-free bones, whether they're chicken bones or beef bones or whatever. I've actually done some experiments with this, and I'll tell you that when I used chicken that was not organic, I did not get the same results. So I am a believer that they have to be organic bones. You will get a lot more collagen coming out of the joints with the organic chicken. So I've also read that it's very beneficial if you roast your bones first. So easiest thing to do is just roast your chicken. Have that for dinner, pull the meat off, and so that's exactly what I've done. I just have some carcasses here, and so I'm going to put those in my pan. And definitely save all the skins, the neck, whatever you have, and throw it in. Now this might sound a little strange to you, but I also save bones from other meals that we have had, and I freeze them, and then I can add those in. This will cook long enough on the stove that you don't have to worry about any germs or bacteria or anything, so it's a great way to get a little more collagen for free. If you have the opportunity to get any chicken feet, that would be like the best of all, because that contains a lot of collagen. The next thing is to put in your vegetables, and this is something that you absolutely cannot mess up. It doesn't matter really how much of anything that you're going to put in, but just for this today, I'm going to add 2 or 3 onions I have, and they're just chopped. And then I got about 5 garlic cloves here that I smashed. So you just lay them on the board, put your knife flat on top of them. I can demonstrate quick. And you just go like that, smash it, and throw it in. Now I watch a lot of cooking channels, probably too much. But I was watching one day that I found really interesting, because this chef said that they even take the paper that's on the onions and the garlic or whatever, and they throw that right in when they're making the bone broth, so they don't waste anything, any part of it. Now I got a bunch of carrots here, and all I've done with the carrots is I've chopped the end off of them, and then I scrubbed them with a vegetable cloth, and so I don't even peel them. There's a lot of nutrition in the skins, so you just leave that on there. And then, of course, your celery. Now, celery is one thing that I would encourage you to go ahead and buy organic. I always like to look at the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen list that the Environmental Working Group comes out with every year. And celery is definitely on the Dirty Dozen. So that is one they highly recommend that you buy organic. Again, with bone broth, whatever vegetables you want to throw in here and whatever you want to do, you can't mess it up. So it doesn't matter how many cups of anything you do, whatever you got, throw them in. Then you want to add filtered water. And I'm going to put about 2 gallons into this pot. This is a really big pot, and I like to make huge batches of bone broth, so I don't have to do it that often. And then the most important ingredient would be for you to get apple cider vinegar. And I do buy organic for this as well. And you want to add about 3 tablespoons of vinegar per gallon of water. So I'm going to do approximately 6 tablespoons with my 2 gallons in there. Then you can just throw whatever herbs you have around, and because it's wintertime right now, I don't have any fresh ones, so I'm just going to sprinkle in some oregano, and then I have some thyme. And when this is almost done cooking, I'm going to go ahead and add in some fresh parsley, but I wait for that. We're going to let this simmer on the stove for 2 to 3 days. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, 1 to 2 days, 24 to 48 hours. There have been days that I have left it on for 3 days, and just keep it on the lowest burner that you have. You can also do this in a slow cooker if you would like. I like to bring it up to the heat first when I put it on the stove. Now, as it's cooking, because we threw the skins and everything in there, there might be some fat that will come up to the top. Go ahead and skim that off, because that can have kind of a skunky taste to it. So skim that off. After it's done cooking, again, I like to do at least 2 days. All you have to do then is let it cool down a little bit, and then pour everything that's in here through a sieve or a strainer, so that all you have left is your liquid. And once that's cooled off, put it in your glass jars and throw it in the refrigerator. Or I actually like to freeze it, because again, I do make quite large batches at a time. I use bone broth in a lot of my recipes, as you will see if you follow me, just to add some extra nutrition into the recipes. But also, you can just drink it. Just have a cup of it for breakfast in the morning or before your meals. It is so healing, and because it's so easy to make and it's so inexpensive, there's no excuse. So enjoy!